welcome to Now Showing. I'm Atika Faruqi. This is a place where we talk movies, and this week has paved the way to a lot of anticipation and excitement at the box office. Also, conversations with the actors who are sweating it out to make magic happen. Let's see the headlines first. 83 is that film which you will remember for a very long time. It's a sign that good cinema and good sport always fills your heart with pride. Atrangi Ray's meaningful concept wrapped in a colourful package. It's a joyride with a few hiccups but lands well in the end. Find out why Shahid Kapoor asked Brunal to slap him hard on the sets of their next film, Jersey. And Shantanu Moitra, singer Aziz Kaur, lyricist Kausar Munir, singer-composers Sachin Jigar and Jasleen Royal talk everything musical on CNN News 18's Music Stars Roundtable. Let's talk about 83. Well, someone famously said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Titanic sank, it was a tragedy, but director James Cameron made it into hair-raising cinema. Similarly, we know the legend of Salim and Anarkali's love story, but K. Asif made it into Mughal-e-Azam, which is a spectacle in history. Pardon me if I seem to be making a sweeping statement, but I came out of the screening thinking Kabir Khan is modern-day keen-eyed K. Asif, and Ranveer Singh is the new age Dilip Kumar. Film 83 is a known wonder, and even that was a watershed moment in the history of independent India. But it's the way director Kabir has narrated it as a never blink an eye film that makes it so compelling that I urge you to watch it in a cinema hall with mask. Some of us can even watch it twice. With tears in your eyes, lump in your throat and swell in your chest. ये picture बहुत simple है, लेकिन बहुत बड़ी है. This is the closest that filmmaker Kabir Khan has come to making a documentary for the big screen, something he started out as an informed documentary filmmaker. The zest for authenticity, the desire for detail, the passion for grandeur, the lust for moving performances and just the penchant to stand out, be a part of history is what sets this director apart, and this film too. As he takes you through an event many of you have never witnessed, I never witnessed, but we sit in a theatre and experience a blow-by-blow account of every move, every ball, every heartbreak, every sweat, every win and victory that a silent India experienced at the Lords to wake them up into a world of confidence and self-assurance. The film belongs to its writers. Sanjay Puran Singh Chauhan, twice National Award-winning director. Vasant Bala, director of Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota. Kabir Khan himself. And all these people create an emotional human ride out of an equally emotional event. Its cinematographer Asim Mishra, who I'm sure would have recorded thousands of hours of film for this 160-minute film. Editor Nitin Baid, whose every move and cut keeps you on that edge of the seat, barring a few scenes here and there, that lag. Anyway, lyricists Kausar Munir, whose nationalistic fervor in her pen made songs such as Lehra Do, Sarkashi Ka Parcham Lehra Do, Gardish Mein Phir Apni Sarzami Ka Parcham Lehra Do. Along with Kausar, we have Jaideep Sahni, Ashish Pandit, who make inspirational songs mixed with poetry that are never lip-synced by any actor, but always play only in the background. In this rags to riches story, never ever is despair, disappointment, beaten attitude the overriding emotion in any scene. And background score by Julius Packiam, someone who has worked on every film of Kabir Khan, adds that warm drama in the background that we associate Kabir Khan's films with. Remember climax from Bajrangi Bhaijaan? Yes, that feeling of rising emotion is here almost all the time. The casting is one of the pillars in this film, I must say. Let's talk about the supposed villains in this film. That does not actually promote animosity or revenge. It just treats West Indies, India's key competitor, as an aggressive opponent. We have real people playing real legends. Malcolm Marshall's son, Mally Marshall, plays him. Spitting Image, Clive Lloyd's son plays Joel Garner. Gordon Greenidge's son played his father. Chandrapal's son played Gomes, and Sandeep Patil's son, Chirag Patil, plays Sandeep. And of course, I must tell you, Kapil Dev's daughter Amya Dev is an assistant on this film. This is the closest you can get to magnanimous cinema with a purpose. You will enjoy the detailing and relish it. The film jumps right in, not wasting time on building of characters. We know no turmoils, no struggles of the 15 people who land into England to be a part of those 8 nations who will fight for the cup. They are friends already. They sing and dance and laugh and cheer together. No insecurities, no jealousy, no ego issues with the captain. So where is the plot? Well, there ain't any plot. Your parents experienced it in 1983, so Kabir took it upon himself to introduce this generation to the year 83. PR Mansingh is adamant that team ain't going back before the finals. Kapil Dev says, what else we here for? You would have seen that. Well, your job is just to sit and enjoy the history. Ranveer Singh is the new age Dilip Kumar. बड़ी बात कह दी ना मैंने, लेकिन आप देख लीजिएगा. Till the end, you see Kapil Dev on screen and not Ranveer. And that is his prowess as an actor. The hair, the denture, the throw is mirror image of Kapil Dev. Even the most ardent followers of cricket will not look down upon any scene as unrehearsed, underprepared or artificial. Each actor who plays the cricketers of 83 is trained as hell in cricket. Pankaj Tripathi, after a long time, shows no signs of Pankaj Tripathi. He is Mansingh. The production design is very authentic. They even timed the shoot of a few scenes with the blossoming of that special flower at Lord's. All the coverage in the newspapers of those times, anecdotes by people who witnessed that match, everything finds its way into the scenes in the film. So much has been the research in the film. Well, what can bother you then? I'll tell you. Where is the conflict? Why is everything so smooth? Why is everyone so secure in the team? Why is everybody happy? What also minutely bothers you is that the sur of the film is always very high. The background music, the energy level always up. So you feel like taking a break, but there isn't any break. But as you come out of the hall, you would actually feel like discussing so many things with the strangers you watched it with not one but 2 cups of chai or coffee, as this will take some time to get off your mind. It could be one of the finest entertainers of this decade. As Kapil's mother used to tell him, "Ja beta, jeet ke aana." Let's talk about Atrangi Re. It's been a while I watched a film with such a beautiful purpose at its heart. The team of director Anand Rai, A.R. Rahman, the cast, the crew are not here only to titillate you, make a quick buck at the movies at the box office. They want their film to teach you a larger lesson about life, world and human beings. Rinku, who's a Bihari girl who was orphaned at a very early age, this makes her angry, complicated, thirsty for love, and her survival instincts have made her develop paws. She bites. Married hurriedly against her will in a pakadwa shadi to the wrong man, who is a Tamilian in this case, she embarks on a new journey in Delhi after spending 24 years in Bihar. She does not report this to the police about the crime, speaks volumes about the experiences and upbringing she had had till now. Every crime does not need to be reported. Akshay is a man she dreams of. He does magic with fire, an elephant, the skies, Taj Mahal, whatnot. But who is he? With white sideburns and clearly an age gap, are they lovers, Rinku and him? Well, I cannot talk at length about this film without giving spoilers, and that is another crime. So let's not go there. It is for you to wait, watch and see. Then there is Vishu, played by Dhanush. He is an actor who takes you to the world of magic, of authenticity, believability, because you believe what he says. Because the tinkle and the honesty in his eyes are very heartwarming in every movie that he does. This story, written by Himanshu Sharma, who wrote Tanu Weds Manu series, and Ranjana, again has this slice of life entertainment value to the film. All the dialogues, situations and people are reminiscent of your growing years to you. But what he lacks here is the consistency in Rinku's character, Akshay's character and the story, as often the scenes change flavor from hyper dramatic to super melancholic to pretty romantic to fun and comedy and whatnot. Yet, some scenes are very enjoyable and very logical and emotional too. Cinematography by Pankaj Kumar, who also shot Tumbar, Ship of Theseus, adds this smoky, mystical quality to all the frames. Delhi looks serene and the magic looks real. And the leading lady with Manish Malhotra's clothes on, even though she is from Bihar, looks colorful and chic. What you like most is the end, as it brings everything into a close-knit perspective on the society and on its people. But the road till here is often confusing and very back and forth and back and forth. Nevertheless, this is a film with a deeper meaning and must be watched till the end. You would be happy that there are people who are still thinking this way in an industry that mostly wants to only entertain. Many years ago, I had heard a song, a qawwali actually. It said, हुए नामवर बेनिशा कैसे कैसे, ज़मी खा गई आसमां कैसे कैसे, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता है ढल जाएगा. Cinema has used this narrative of rags to riches and back to the stage again multiple times. Now the question is, even when the chips are down, can one man turn the tide? Can life be changed again? Well, Jersey is that story of a cricketer who is past his prime but wants to come back to the crease at 38 years of age. Nice story. I met up with Shahid and Runal to talk about the film. In 2019, this film released with another actor and it got 2 national awards. The best Telugu film and best editing. If a sports drama gets the best editing, which means it was a really well narrated
Well, it wasn't
film.
too long. That's good. That's why.
And then, you know, you have already done one Telugu film, which was a remake.
Yeah, remake.
Kabir Singh was a Telugu film and then
Yes.
it got remade in Hindi, and this also.
Yes.
When you do a film that has already been made, either watching that can add to it or it can severely take away from what you can offer to the film.
Right.
What's your process like? Did you watch it when you started out?
What inspires you is watching the way the story was told. And I mean, if somebody wants to offer a remake to an actor, they send them the film or they show them the film. So once they watch the film, then they say, you know, would you want to do this?
Okay.
And you know, because there are a lot of factors attached when it comes to remakes. It's very important to understand whether A, the story can transcend to another language and to another culture. And when we say
Correct.
Hindi, it's a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
You know, every state has its own culture, right? So it has to have something that penetrates or permeates through, you know, many other cultures and people.
True.
So it has to work at a human level. Second thing is the director and the way he tells his story, is the sensibility, the vibe, the sur, the pitch, the treatment of the filmmaker, something that will be relatable for different audiences. Because I think culturally, when films are different, even the language of the filmmaker, you know, because cinema has its own vocabulary, the language of the filmmaker is very influenced by their cultural,
True.
you know, ethos or the kind of films they've grown up watching. You
Yeah,
know, it all
yeah.
eventually we all, you
True.
know, we all absorb from what's around us,
True.
right? So for me, those 2 factors are very important, and so it's very simple. If I can relate to it, I think the Hindi audience will be able to relate.
Fun thing, I'll tell you, it was because I had to slap him. My slap would just reach here. It never reached here. So he's like, "Maar de mujhe, maar de mujhe." And I was like, "Yes, it looks easy, but it is not
Yeah.
easy." But I think there was last
Itna
take.
solid माना मैंने।
Yeah, the last one
अभी भी
I
कभी
just
कभी-
felt it. I was like, forget. And there are times where you have to switch off
Yeah.
completely. You have to forget that, okay, I am there in front of
It
Shahid
means
Kapoor.
there are times always you have to forget it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, Shahid, also because I adore your performance so much, so it gets really
Yeah.
overwhelming that I can't believe I am on the same set as him. And when this happens,
Yeah.
it's just
Surreal, yes.
it's surreal.
Have you seen such instances in your experience, in your life, where you have come to a conclusion कि यार कुछ भी हो सकता है, अगर
It's
मेरी
very
जिंदगी
obvious.
में ये हो
I have
सकता है.
lived my life like that. I mean, I never thought I'd be able to become an actor. You know, I was born in Delhi, and my dad was in Bombay, but I was with my mom, you know, in Delhi. And when I came here, nobody really knew us. You know, we stayed very middle class, lower middle class life, and you know, we never had our own house in this city. You know, so every month was a struggle. That, you know, and mom was, you know, she was really working hard to take care of the family, and you know, so I remember when I did my first film also, I used to look at her and say that, you know, man, I'm actually going to be the main lead in this film. And I was actually very insecure during my first film, you know, because I used to feel that there are so many characters in that film, you know, that I used to feel that, and a lot of them were popular actors, and they used to all come in expensive cars, and you know, I actually had to, you know, tell my mom that, you know, I need to at least have a car, because we didn't have a car at that time. So I need to have a car to go on the set. I'm the hero of the film, you know. And I felt guilty also because I knew that, you know, she has to find the money and we have to, you know, buy a car, and it's not easy and all.
Yeah.
And I remember we got a new car. I still remember the Fiat Palio. You know, वो time पे आई थी. And I reached the set and I parked my car, and all the cars that were parked next to me were like way more expensive than my car. So I was like, यार मुझे तो लगा था मैं नई गाड़ी लेकर आया हूँ, इन गाड़ियों को यहाँ क्यों पार्क होना था?
But it was
But
your
you know,
car, Shahid. And
All those were the cars of all the actors and director and producer
you
on
were
that
just
film.
starting, you know.
Yeah, so I'm saying I very much feel that I am, you know, I'm living the dream. I'm very blessed to be where I am.
I'm not shy and I'm not afraid of what my past is. People look down upon TV. People even say that, why do you still have TV friends? You should not post pictures with them. But they were the ones who came and watched my movie Love Sony. I think the only people who actually went to the theatres, my TV co-actors and friends. That's it. So I take immense pride in my journey.
ट्रेलर में आप तो हैं, दिग्गज हैं, टैलेंटेड हैं, लेकिन दिग्गज का भी एक बाप दिग्गज होता है और उसका नाम है पंकज कपूर. Now many people would have asked you, शाहिद, आपके पापा तो इतने बड़े एक्टर हैं, स्टार नहीं एक्टर हैं, आपने क्या सीखा उनसे? मुझे ये बताइए आपने क्या नहीं सीखा?
I wished he had done more films. People want to see more of you, you know. Being great is all about exercising quality control. You can only be great when you choose only the best. वो ऐसा नहीं होता, लोगों को ऐसा लगता है ना कि हैं कई एक्टर्स भी हैं, and I respect all of them, जो बड़ी सारी फिल्में करते हैं एक साल में. बट देखिए, अगर आप किसी एक फिल्म को अपनी you want to submit yourself to a film, can't do more than one film at a time. This is my learning. It's a part of my journey as an actor. कि मैं जब एक फिल्म करके आगे बढ़ूं तो मुझे घूम के कभी ख्याल नहीं, because I'm that kind of a person. Feel I wish I had done more films.
आप कितने साल के लिए बुक रहते हैं?
मैं एक्चुअली एक वक्त पे एक ही फिल्म करता हूँ, शायद उसकी अगली फिल्म डिसाइडेड होती है. बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सिनेमा बदलते रहता है. आप 6 फिल्में डिसाइड कर लेंगे, फिर वैसी 3 फिल्में आ गई. तो it's nice to have a little bit always to have in front of you, but you should also keep it open so you can something excited, something interesting.
On the sets of Jersey, I realized that I need to do one film at a time. He helped me out with that. Why it is.
अब सारे प्रोड्यूसर्स जो ये इंटरव्यू देखेंगे बोले, अरे शायद ये कपूर यार, इसने मृणाल को भी इसी उसमें डाल दिया, अभी एक ही फिल्म करेगी एक टाइम पे. ऐसे कैसे चलेगा?
पर प्रोड्यूसर्स को तो फायदा हो रहा है ना, क्योंकि अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस निकलेगी तो लोगों तक पहुंचेगी.
But so many people want to work with Mrunal Thakur. You can't disappoint all of them.
That's
अभी
just
तूने
the
बोला मुझे
angle.
8 साल का कवर अप करना है. You make up your mind.
हाँ, उनका एंगल थोड़ा अलग होता है.
So कर दिया वो, लेकिन now onwards.
Thank you for doing this film and thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely.
Time for a short break. When we come back, we have 6 artists who've caused a disruption in Bollywood's music scene. Shantanu Moitra, Aziz Kaur, Kausar Munir, Sachin Jigar and Jasleen Royal that you don't want to miss. So stay tuned. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Welcome back to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqi. In our year-end Bollywood Roundtable series, we have the Disruptors who gave some of the most outstanding songs this year. Singer-composer Sachin Jigar, who entertained us with their songs in films like Ruhi, Shiddat and Chandigarh Kare Aashikin. Jasleen Royal for her track Ranjha from Sher Shah. Singer Aziz Kaur, who sang Panghat and Rata Lambiare. Music composer Shantanu Moitra for the background score of Sardar Udham, and writer and lyricist Kausar Munir for cricket anthem Lehra Do from 83. Spoke to my colleague Vishal Chatkara when they gather for the Music Stars Roundtable.
Jasleen, I was listening to your podcast series and you said a very interesting thing in that. You said to understand any culture, all you need to do is to attend a wedding from that culture. Could you please elaborate on that?
I was just saying that in a fun way that that's the like a shortcut way to understand a culture. Like सब cultures की weddings अलग-अलग rituals होते हैं, अलग-अलग तरह का खाना होता है, अलग music होता है, which is very fascinating. Like एक guidebook हो सकती है कि किसी भी culture की शादी attend करो तो you get a peek.
So then to all of you, I think it would be correct to say that what Punjab listens today, India will hear that tomorrow. What is your take on this Bollywood obsession with Punjabi music?
See, I'll say this कि जब हम डेस्पासितो सुन रहे थे ना, तब तो नहीं पूछ रहे थे. I think जैसे स्पेनिश म्यूजिक एक तरह से सेलिब्रेशन म्यूजिक है, पंजाबी म्यूजिक उस तरह से इंडिया का सेलिब्रेशन म्यूजिक है. Since पंजाबी म्यूजिक is the most commercial dance form of Indian music, that is why Bollywood is obsessed with it. But ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि other forms will not be accepted. In fact, there is a lot of light coming from the end of the tunnel.
Punjabi as a language has lovely phonetics. You know, it has certainly very good sounding words. Second, the inherent rhythm of a Desi dance, I guess, that we have all, gone to and danced to is Punjabi. So when it hits you, and I mind it out of all of us, eventually at some point of time in a party, it is going to be that beat that is going to get you on the dance floor. I am not saying that a Garba will not, or that a South Indian. At one point, I used to dance on Mukala Mukabla Hoga Olela. That wasn't Punjabi. At one point, I used to dance on Chalti Hai Kya Naw Se Para. That wasn't Punjabi. But I'm saying essentially every fifth song or a fourth song will be a Punjabi song because that attracts more people.
I was studying regional music apart from Punjabi music, and I think next will be Haryanvi and Bhojpuri music. We will be listening a lot.
When you're talking about songs, you're talking about film songs. And when you're talking about film songs, it comes from a story, it comes from a character. And I think if you're true to that story and environment, I think automatically the language will lend to it. I mean, I'm sure if you're doing a Howrah Bridge sequence, you wouldn't have a Punjabi song on top of it.
Well, there are films where the character doesn't have that background, but they end up having a Punjabi song. That's a different conversation. But Kausar, do you ask the character's religion when you're writing a song? Because, you know, we are heading towards this cultural assimilation where people like to engage with like-minded people and they don't pay much attention to their religious beliefs or the faith. In this world, what role does music play? And do you think is it fine for a song to have that religious identity?
I wish this is wishful thinking that people are leaving religion and going the other way and assimilating culture. I wish that was the case. If that was the case, our country, our world, would be a far better nation and would be a far better world that we are living in. So that I don't agree with you. If anything, we are regressing. We are going back. We are clinging to our rituals and our conservative ideas of religion, which were only there so that we could understand what the philosophy of living is. Ab wo philosophy chhod ke, we are only stuck to the ritualistic and the jingoistic part of it. So that I don't agree with you. Art has no religion. Again, I will use the word faith. That wo to waise bolte hain, na mano to patthar, mano to bhagwan. It's the same with art. It's the kind of faith and the religiosity that you put into it makes it godlike or makes it nothing. And I wish कि ऐसा हो सकता कि हम रिलीजन छोड़ के एक साझा कल्चर की ओर बढ़ रहे होते, ये सारी तकलीफें ही मिट जाती जो बिल्कुल नहीं है.
Well, that was just an excerpt from our Music Stars Roundtable. You can catch that full episode on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and on Sunday at 10:30 p.m. only on CNN News 18. And that's all on this episode. What is life without a good friend, a good cinema hall nearby, a good book to read, and the sky to look up to in the evenings? Isn't it? Well, this is all that we have in this episode. Catch you in the next episode. Till then, take care. Goodbye.